So the Philippines, we're going to Barangay in Lapu-Lapu City. So let's go there right now. But if you're listening to this on podcast, you can go to talkmurder.com to see all these photos. I will say the crime scene photos are extremely graphic, extremely effed up, effed in the A on this case. I'm not going to lie. So this is kind of where we're going to tonight.
All right.
I'll show you where in a little bit as far as the crime scene location.
Okay.
But I don't actually, there's no like street address.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. Exactly.
Looks like everybody has a pool.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy shit.
Pools.
And look at these pools. No, those are houses.
Oh. Oh, the roofs are blue. Oh, those are pretty roofs.
I was about to say.
It's like, wow, wealthy area.
Yeah.
I like the color.
Yeah, because I don't think the Philippines is wealthy at all. I think it's slums. I'm pretty sure.
I guess it depends, but yeah.
Yeah, so actually we're going to the Sacred Heart. Oops.
At least Wolfie also thought they were pools.
So this is has anybody heard this story? This happened in 2019. It's really tragic, and you guys are going to hate me for covering it.
It does not ring a bell.
You'll have to see the photo, but there's no exact address. We just know that the story started from the Sacred Heart Church and then went on foot to a vacant lot. And
okay.
There's the Sacred Heart right here. So we know that where there's a vacant lot, like even this one may be. It may actually be this one, to be honest.
Okay.
Because this kind of looks like it.
Yeah, cleared lot. Mm-hmm.
We'll come back here, okay? Once I talk about the story. But like I said, this is freaking tragic, man. This story is bad. I am not gonna lie about it. Tonight we're talking about let me show you a picture of her. A teenager.
Okay.
A 16-year-old. And this is her right here. Can you describe her? I mean, she
looks very young to me in this photo. Like,
yeah, she might be like 14 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young. Like, she's not wearing any makeup or anything like that. Looks very sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
Little girl.
She's the victim, okay, of tonight's story. But she, in 2018, if you go to her Facebook, you can actually see where she started dating a boy, right? And
how old was this boy?
He was the same age.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a high school like love thing, But 2019, February 28th, something happened between the couple. And she's in 9th grade. She goes to Maribago High School, so does he. As a part-time job, she's a collector at the nearby Sacred Heart Parish Church, which we just were on Google Earth. Mm-hmm. Her name is Christine Silawan. She is 16 years old. You saw a photo of her and dating this boy. February 28th, 2019, they break up. She breaks up with him. From what I've seen, it was like arguments, stuff like this, little arguments. And then they split. And she gets on Facebook and she meets somebody on Facebook.
Oh boy.
So this is a catfish situation.
Oh dear.
Now, I'm not saying it's the boyfriend or not, but she meets...
Like the boyfriend was trying to catfish her type thing?
Yeah, so they were arguing. The boyfriend really wanted her back. And as you'll see, the boyfriend was extremely jealous, okay? Because apparently he saw her hanging out with one of his friends. And this is, it's like teenagers. Anyway, she gets on her computer and this boy, a 17-year-old boy named CJ Diaz, so the letter C, J, Diaz, which I couldn't find that Facebook page because there's a lot of them, This boy, 17 years old, messages her privately on her Facebook. So now we are at March 9th.
And is it confirmed that it was her ex-boyfriend posing as CJ or no?
Well, we're going to get to that. Don't worry about that. But on March 9th, this boy, whoever it is, messages her on Facebook, and she's a little weirded out because she knows what Catfish is. Everyone knows that show. I'm pretty sure she knows what that show is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a common thing.
Yeah. Even if you don't know the show, like people were doing that all over the place.
And actually, for you guys on live chat, has anyone had that experience of being catfished? I would definitely like to hear about it because that's
a good question. Have you ever been catfished?
No, I don't think so. Oh. And I don't think guys get catfished, do they?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh god, yeah. Oh. I mean, the guys who did the show were catfished, and that's how they got started with it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Huh. And what happened with him?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think they like Vice on like produce stuff on Vice now or something.
I don't know. So she's a little weirded out because this guy CJ Diaz, 17 years old, you can tell he recently created his account. Okay, this is a brand new Facebook account. Right? There's not many photos. There's one photo. We don't know if it's his or not, the real photo. And also, there's no friends.
Weird
for a 17-year-old boy, right?
Yes.
And she also noticed that this boy CJ Diaz liked a lot of the same things.
Okay.
As her.
All right.
Okay.
Little fishy.
Yeah, a little fishy. So she said, you know what? I'm going to meet this guy and I'm going to do it in public. She works at Sacred Heart Church. She's going to meet him on March 10th, right after Mass ends.
In public?
In public, in the parking lot. Hey, if it's a catfish, you know what? I'll just walk away. All right.
Okay.
On March 11th, so that was the last thing she's done. On March 11th, her body was found right here. So from a distance.
Is she nude from the bottom down?
Yeah, she's nude from the bottom down.
Okay. Or waist down, I guess.
Yeah, she's nude from the bottom down, and she has a burgundy shirt on. Now, there's blood stained on the grass. From a distance, looking across that vacant lot, and someone saw her body. In my mind, if you see that first image, it kind of looks like she's in a sleeping position.
It's like a fetal position.
Yeah, like almost the fetal position. She's not completely...
Her legs are kind of tucked up.
Exactly. And I think this is a thing where it's like a psychology. Like we say this to make it sound better than it actually is, but it almost kind of looks like she's peaceful from a distance. Like maybe she just, she was killed, obviously, but maybe she died peacefully from a distance. I don't want to keep saying that, right? Once we move closer to the body, then we start seeing these little discrepancies about, what you're just seeing when you're walking up to the body. So I'm going to show you a photo of her closer up, and it's going to be blurred out for a second. This photo is kind of up close with her, and her body's blurred out, but you can kind of see what we're looking at here. So this is her body right here.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Oh. So this is the full thing. You see the blood everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
All over her face.
From this position, you notice a few things. Number one, she's nude from the waist down. I put in the post that I'm writing. All right. I say moving in a little closer to the image, you can see that she is nude from the waist down. She's turned to her right side and she's resting on her blue jeans, which let me go back. I'll show you. I don't know.
Okay. They're underneath her. Yes. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, that's her blue jeans.
Okay.
Now, the photo I'm going to show you, the real photo, you can see that the blue jeans are flipped inside out, which means someone had pulled them off. Mm-hmm. That's usually what that means. And I put her blue jeans, which she's resting on, someone had pulled them off, an indication that someone jerked them from her legs, much like a predator rips the fur of a smaller animal. I don't know. I might have to word that. So, and then I put the burgundy shirt does little to cover up her innocence, but is remarkable at disguising the blood stainage leaked from the 20 stab wounds, also visible, that she endured. To look at the raw, uncensored image, what do you think it's going to be? Like, you just saw the body. Like, what do you think's different about it? All right.
I don't know.
So let me show you the actual uncensored image. This is her right here. This is extremely heartbreaking. And like, I was like reading messages where people were crying after seeing this because this is fucking terrible. But here goes. This is what she looked like.
What?
So now you see what's going on. Tell me.
Oh my God. I can't look at it, yet I can't look away. That looks like a Halloween mask. Honestly, it does not look real.
What is it? Describe it for the podcast.
Her skin is scalped off of her face. Her face has been ripped off.
Her face is completely ripped off.
Oh my God.
When I first saw this.
Oh my God.
Which is.
Still keep looking away if you do not want to see it. Okay, now you can look.
When I first saw this, I didn't see the close-up image and I didn't know the story. I just knew that the image, was making its rounds or whatever. And
holy shit.
I thought, without doing research, that an animal had dragged her face off or it was decomposition. But then I learned that she went missing and under 24 hours she's found and no animal did this.
No.
So should I put it back on for you guys to see one more time? I got a different looking photo, but see what you can tell in this photo. So that's another angle.
Holy shit.
So this is a 16-year-old Filipino girl.
This is a real photo.
Yeah, this is real. This is real. 100% real.
Wow.
And
holy shit.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, right? It doesn't look real.
No, it looks like someone has a Halloween mask.
But that's what your skull looks like.
Oh my God. And she still has her hair. So it looks like they cut it at like the hairline, maybe a little bit back, but she still has like hair on her head. So I don't know if she still has like half of her face and we're seeing just the one side that's exposed.
She only has half of her face. The left side of her face is untouched. Only the right side, which I don't have a photo of that, but
damn.
Only her right side. That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Really
this
bad.
is what she looked like before. This isn't graphic, obviously.
Wow.
So
that's just incredible.
Yeah.
Who would do something like that? That is brutal. That is a hateful crime. That is a hateful act. act to do to someone. Megatron is asking, is there skin on her jaw?
Let me see.
Kind of looked like it was like cut at the jawline, maybe, because it was like almost at the hairline.
All right, I'm gonna play it one more time. Here's the image. I can zoom in.
You know, it looks like it goes maybe beyond the jawline. Look at the neck.
Oh my God, I can't even fucking look at it anymore.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So.
Whoa.
But
so is this solved?
Yeah. We're gonna solve it here in a second.
All right. Sorry.
Now here's the image. So let's kind of like go back to the Google Earth, or at least in our minds. And this is where it was. This is where it happened, in this vacant lot here. Oh, there's a blue roof. So in this vacant lot, so I mean, it is out in freaking public, and this is 6 o'clock in the afternoon, unless they have some weird thing where
this actually looks like it's where the airstrip was on the Google map. Like, look how big that space is.
All right.
I don't know. It looked like it was a very large.
Well, so here's the thing.
Space.
Here's what I'm going to tell you so far. She was at the Sacred Heart Church, which is right here. All right. I believe this says Sacred Heart Chapel.
Okay.
What says Sacred Heart Chapel.
Okay. Yeah. It could have been that lot there. Yeah.
This is where the story happens, Lapu.
Yeah.
So wherever the church is, I would imagine it's somewhere around here. The reason I'm saying this and harping on it is because what do you think happened? She's at the church, mass is over, people are leaving the building, and then she meets this guy who was not the guy, and she just walks away. And she thought it would be okay. It's literally 6 o'clock in the evening, and people are everywhere.
Apparently it was not.
So I'm trying to figure out how she would get to where she got to without being heard, I guess.
I don't think anyone's on the chats heard this. And Shram content, honestly, that's a lot of work to clean a bone like that. I mean, that's true. There's no tendons or anything that you're seeing.
So what do you think was used? What do you think the murder weapon was?
I mean, would it have been like a carving knife? Like to fillet a fish type thing?
This is going to piss you off even more.
Oh, God.
This is what was used to not only stab her 20 times, she has 9 defensive wounds and 20 stabs, but also to skin her face.
No.
The murder weapon. This is the murder weapon. It has her, still has her DNA on it.
Oh my God.
This is a dull pair of scissors.
So painful.
This is the scissors that you use in kindergarten, cutting crafts and stuff. Like, there's no sharpness to this blade at all. Like, the blades are dull. The blades are dull. The blades are extremely dull, man. It's terrible, isn't it?
It's awful. Because at least if it was like you're thinking in your head, a sharp ass knife that's been like the blade is sharp, at least it's quick. Painful, you know, but man, like that is a lot of effort with those scissors. And again, kind of goes back to like the anger. Like that is an angry act.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is. So let me read what I wrote. Finally, looking closer at the awful image, you can truly see the evil that has taken Christine's life. The uncensored photo is extremely graphic and almost beyond comprehension. And for my reader's sake, I will not further delay any details. Her facial skin that once covered the right side of her skull has been removed. Her flesh is torn completely from the face. Much of her hair on the right side, along with the scalp it once rooted itself to, is also absent, leaving nothing but millions of empty follicles behind. Kind of crazy, right? She died an excruciating death.
Jesus.
So this was a national outrage, right? Public is not going to settle. This is not some Idaho type of crime. They're going to find someone and rip them to shreds. Now, I want to say the death penalty, I don't know about now, but at the time it was not enforced. So the death penalty did not exist.
Okay.
I saw 2 different reports. One said the death penalty was abolished, but this case made people want to bring it back, which I'll show you a lot of images of people wanting to have, this guy.
Fry.
Yeah. In fact, let's look at that real quick, actually. So check this out.
A Filipina girl has been murdered, raped, and skinned until her face can't be recognized. I'm beyond sick. This is why we need stricter punishments for inhuman crimes like this. Duterte, use your iron fist and make it happen, please.
Duterte, like on Superstore.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So this is Filipino Twitter, and you see the hashtag yes to the death penalty. These are people that didn't want the death penalty before, a lot of them, and they are saying, all right, let's bring it back. Rape is rape, whatever reason is behind it. Yes to the death penalty. Yes to the death penalty, So what I've seen is there are 4 different reasons you can be executed by death penalty. And I didn't see murder as one of them, but I did see rape. It's rape, plunder, which whatever the fuck that is. And
plunder, isn't that stealing?
Rape, plunder, and then it is treason, which treason is pretty much, across the board from most countries, I would imagine. So
yeah, plunder is stealing.
All right. So this was was a terrible event. So let's talk about the boyfriend, this jealous boyfriend, right? He was the first to be arrested.
Yeah.
Because this guy, and his name is never been released. He's a minor, 17 years old. They called him John, probably not even close to his real name. But this was such an outrage that they had to arrest someone real quick. So what they did was they looked at CCTV footage and they actually seen the two together. This is them, John and her. They were arguing. It was a big fight. And they said that they had planned to meet on the 10th. We know that they had planned to meet that day. And he was going to try to, bring back the relationship. He had bought her a teddy bear and all this stuff, chocolates, whatever. And she was going to meet this random guy off Facebook, right? And if this story doesn't make you like think about who you're meeting online, like it should, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The National Bureau of Investigation got involved, kind of like the FBI, but for Philippines. And the public would not allow this case ever to be unsolved. So John, the boyfriend, 17-year-old, was arrested, and they have CCTV footage of him arguing. It was pretty heated arguments, right? She broke things off with him, and then he actually saw her with his best friend alone. So he was jealous, and the papers say jealousy too. And in fact, the National Investigative Bureau, when they arrested him, they claimed that this was a jealous boyfriend rage. But is it though? A boyfriend, a teenager, to rip someone's face off? I mean, is that even...
I mean, that's a lot for a 17-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So he was the prime suspect, but he maintained his innocence. And he was most likely about to get lynched. The internet blew up, and this was a national... This was
They're
a
like, off with his head. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's in prison, and he's saying that he didn't do it. And then someone suggested, I don't know if it was him or not, but to check her Facebook. That's when they found this message from this guy named CJ Diaz, and they traced the IP address, and then they matched up movements with CCTV and with the original owner of that address who's been contacting her. Then they looked at CCTV footage, and then they actually found the real killer. So John actually did not do this.
Okay.
He was innocent.
Was not
innocent and clear. But the thing about it is, in the Philippines, like, he was arrested and they said he did it, that it was a jealous thing. I mean, it's crazy. Like, that would never fly over here, man. Just all of a sudden,
just no evidence.
Like, literally no evidence, right? But the guy they arrested, let me show you the guy that was arrested. This is him right here. So this is the guy. Oh, who does this guy look like? I mean, how old do you think this guy is?
He looks like he's probably in his 40s, maybe?
He's 43. This guy's name is Renato Lenz, L-L-E-N-E-S. Lenz. He's 43 years old. This guy was pretending to be this 17-year-old boy who likes these same bands as her and watches anime and all this stuff. And this is the the type of guy that you may be meeting online, man. I'm telling you.
Jesus.
So why did this guy do this? Well, he wanted to get with her, obviously. They meet at the church, and then, quote, she refused to get intimate. So at that point, she walks away like she was probably planning to do, because, I mean, she would never think someone's going to chase her
in a public
spot with a pair of scissors. It's not even dark outside. So, and then he raped her, obviously, right there on the grass and did that to her face. It's crazy.
Oh, God.
So, 43-year-old guy, and he confessed. He was also spotted on the CCTV, and 20 stab wounds. Not only that, the superintendent Benjamin Lara, medical doctor, which is the crime laboratory director who did the autopsy, said that not only was her face pulled off, but there were missing parts of her body, including the, quote, trachea, tongue, and esophagus, and also that the victim's neck was flayed. And the trachea, tongue, and esophagus was missing, which included her right ear. So to her ear, the throat was flayed open, and those things were ripped out. Fucking crazy, right?
That is gruesome.
Now, asked why he ripped her face off with a pair of scissors, he had a couple of excuses. Number one, he said that he was on drugs, which, is a cop-out. I've learned that recently, as far as like all these cases. Like, it actually helps the defendant. Oh, I was on drugs. It's kind of like an excuse. You know what I'm saying? But he said he was on drugs, and also he was inspired by the Mo Momo challenge. Do you know what that is? All right, check this out. This is fucking crazy. I think we talked about this before.
I think we have talked about Momo before.
But this is Momo, and this is what he said he was inspired by. So this is I was looking it up. It's this hoax, internet hoax that makes kids kill themselves apparently and eat Tide Pods. I did see both of those in the same article. So what happens is you'll get this Momo character sent to your Instagram or whatever, and it'll say you have to text this WhatsApp number or else your family's gonna die. And then I guess whoever's on the WhatsApp like convinces you to kill yourself. I don't know. It's weird, but I think that was kind of an excuse. It's a weird excuse that he made.
Yeah.
So that and the drugs, but the thing that makes the most sense of why he would do this was he was probably trying. Well, he's probably on drugs, I would imagine, and he was probably trying to conceal the victim's identity. You know, I guess. I mean, I don't know why else would you.
I mean, he didn't remove the other half of her face though, so
this guy did admit his guilt. He did confess. So that's who was in prison. However, before he could get whatever his sentence would have been, he did kill himself. He hanged himself in his cell, hanged himself by the neck.
Wow.
I don't know. Short story. You guys, what do you guys think, man?
That was wild.
Yeah, dude, I'm like really surprised. I've never seen that photo before.
Me neither.
Crazy. Just be careful, man, because that shit's nuts.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, all right. Well, until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.